So, we're wandering the woods looking for dead, good wood to burn. And I thought it'd be really cool to get Andy to show us how we can tell it's dead and it's good to burn.
So some of the things to look for are the very top branches of the standing tree that you're checking out. And if it's got small branches all the way up to the top, it's probably still alive. So forget about them right off the bat. You're looking for trees where those small branches stop, and you can see there's one up there that has only bigger branches all the way up and no small branches. And now it's a big tall tree, but it's dead. Some of the other signs on that tree are the bark is starting to peel off down the trunk of the tree. So that compared to a live tree that has the small branches at the top and it doesn't have splits or bare patches of bark-free wood.
Yeah, so that's the one he's looking at there. That looks like a poplar for a couple of reasons. One, well, the way the bark is, but it's also right beside a couple other living poplars.
Yeah.
I think it's a large-tooth aspen, actually. Poplar's
not the best wood. It often won't dry out. It'll stay punkier on the inside, and birch is a very bad tree for that too, because the lovely birch bark seals in all that juice in the inner part of the tree, and it just rots away while it's standing there. So often you want to avoid birch and poplar to try and find something more hardwood, if possible, like maples or oak or things like that.
And the one thing about poplar and birch, there's a reason why they're like that. What he's talking about is they're weed trees. They only grow up to 20 years, not even, and then they fall and become soil for the bigger trees. So that's why as well, Mr. Baxter.
Who knew?
Who knew?
Well, here we got a tree that's already fallen, and so you can see it's laying. The good part is all of these parts are off the ground, but still it's horizontal or not vertical, and therefore water and snow is accumulating on top and soaking into the wood more. So you may get a dry piece out of here, and you might have to cut it to see if it's dry, but there is a chance that it's been soaking up moisture as it's lying on its side.
The hunt continues. I do believe this guy's dead, but I think this is another poplar or aspen, and we're on the hunt for better things at this point.
No,
right?
that's a maple. No, that's a birch. See up top?
Oh yeah. Okay.
That's a weird looking birch, though, isn't it?
It is. So we're gonna take a pass on that one.
That could be a rub.
Yeah, and then there's this claw mark.
They kind of do scent.
See the claw mark? Or was it you rubbing your back on? Cool. Okay, we found...
That sound,
yeah, like the species itself is just a gem. This is ironwood. It's the hardest hardwood. And it'll be an all-night burn, but just listen to what happens when... Yeah. It's just punky. It's just wood smoke, and yeah. And you can tell too. I mean, the woodpeckers have been going at it, so there's insects in it. There's fungi growing on it. So eventually it'll just turn into soil. Are we ever going to find a piece of wood to burn?
I'm sure we will. It's worth waiting for the better piece.
Tim's found something.
Well, I think. I mean, I don't know.
He smells it. Bare wood, dry, in the sky. Let's get it. Get him!
I think that's not a bad piece, but it's kind of big. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's too big.
I think it would burn okay.
That's maple.
What's the verdict?
Well, it is too big, especially we walked a little far away from camp too.
But that would be good if we were closer, like if we were pitched just here or something. That would be a good piece, yeah.
Yeah, and that's sugar maple, not red maple. Red maple is a weed tree as well, and it's not good burning. Now, red maple would not be growing here. Red maple likes its feet wet. So we're up on the ridge here, and also to find out what kind of maple it is, look at the saplings growing around you. And there's one video I put out on how to identify the bud of a maple in the wintertime. Have a look at that, and you can tell. But it's a dunce hat, and it's blonde color, where red maple is red. So yeah, so that's a sugar maple, but we're saying it's too big because I'm too weak to carry it.
Oh, well, there's this guy
Oh,
here.
yeah. Smell him before I can see him.
A little punky.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Well, the
Get
upper
up
part.
there. I think that's a good piece.
Be drier up the top than it would be down here.
Yeah, the bottom part, it has a different sound, eh?
Yeah.
But
Once you get here, like, that's a little
Yeah.
funky. Cut her here. Kind of wedged from there. Oh,
Watch
there
your
you go.
head.
I'll go your way.
Sure.
Andy just showed you what a wood maker is. Yeah?
Here, well, maybe let's cut it here and see what it actually looks like in there. See if it's worth even taking this bottom part. What do you think?
Yep.
Oh yeah. Here, I'll get it closer.
Yeah. See, that's all water.
Focusing on that. So what are you pointing at?
This area here, you kind of see it. That's all like watery and punky. That wouldn't burn terribly good.
Yeah, so water got in there and froze, eh?
Yeah. But if we cut, maybe we'll cut a little higher up here and see if it clears out. It's funky here too. No, that's crappy too.
Oop.
Oh, sorry.
There.
Had a little 3D shot there.
Here?
Yeah, maybe try that after.
No, it's not a very good piece. It might burn okay, but
We'll put it back.
that could burn, but yeah, it's not going to burn great.
There's one other spot or two over there. See that one with the bare top?
That sounds good. Think that's the one?
I think that's the one. You think that's the one?
Yeah.
Worth taking a chance. That sounds good to me. Feels good. There's no funkiness. It's hard.
You see how obviously the bark's off, and so it's had a chance to dry out throughout most of the bowl there.
Oh.
Maybe not.
No, look at that.
See, it's a little funkier underneath some of the bark.
Oh yeah, well, that's really wet. Yeah, no, that's not good. No, we'll leave that for woodpecker food.
Wait, look at the top, eh? Like, I don't know if the camera can see that, but it's full of woodpecker holes. At the top. Nothing.
Nothing.
Whose idea was to camp here?
And it is always better to take the time to get the right wood, rather than going through all the effort of cutting it up and bringing it back and having it not burn well. Right? It's it's disappointing, and you end up regretting it the whole evening long. So better take a bit of time, find the right wood, get the right stuff, and then you're happy all evening long. Right, Mr. Callan?
Right.
Well, he's still alive.
Really?
See the small branches at the top?
Yeah.
I mean, he's not healthy. Or he just died last year. He's on his way out.
There's one right there. Right in front of the beach.
That guy.
Yeah. Not big though.
No.
Ah,
Oh yeah.
that's it, man.
That's it.
That's the one. It's connected here. Yeah, that's better.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Look here.
A little bit of water there, but I think as we go higher up, we'll get better and better. Let's take it back to camp.
All right, let's do her.
So, that's how you find a good piece of wood to burn in summer or winter. And you need a lot of wood in the winter to stay warm, whether you're cold camping or hot camping like we are. Where you camp is kind of important when winter camping. Make sure there is, before you set up camp, set up the tent, look around and see if there's any good harvestable wood. Sometimes there isn't, and then you're stuck, right? So, oh well. And how do you learn all this stuff? Well, books and courses and stuff like that, how to identify species, and actually a lot of bush time, to be quite honest. That's where we get this from. And it's not sort of, I'm not thumping my chest, whatever, I'm just saying that, how do I know it's a beech? I know it's a maple. I worked in forestry and worked in the bush for quite a while, and I also camp a lot. And you learn. It takes a long time though. Remember that, the skill set takes a long time. You can't learn something like this overnight. That's a great excuse to get outdoors more. Right. Okay, what's that?
That's cross section of good dry wood. Maybe you can split screen or something on those two, but there's no dark patches, or it's all kind of powdery looking and solid all the way through there.
Often you can feel moisture when you put your lips up against the end. So it's, I'm not getting a moisture kind of feel to it. You know, it's almost, I mean, it's a subtlety, but your lips kind of have that sensitivity. I think we're a couple now.
What saw is that, Andy?
It is the Boreal 21 from the Agua Canyon people. The Ontario-based company that has a really good slick design. It's all one piece.
Nice.
Yeah, it's so you're not messing around losing pieces. It's and it's got a nice wide opening, so you can get some big bigger size pieces of wood sawn, and they got a few different model blades depending on what your typical use is, and I've been really happy with this.
And it matches your hat.
And it matches my lovely new hat. and my lovely new hairdo. Ooh, maybe not. Put the hat back on.
You need a hat. All right, what saw are you using?
Bob Dustrude, 24-inch. Good old Bob Dustrude. Takedown folding buck saw. Lightweight aluminum. What do they call this? With lever action. Tensions it in. Great saw. What saw are you using?
My Esker, which I bought from you, so you can tell more about it than I can. I love that saw.
24-inch. You opted for the walnut version?
Yes. I like the bird's eye, but I like walnut better.
Yeah, I like dark wood too. It's nice. Ontario wood, made in Ontario. 24-inch. Looks like you have the multi-use blade in there. I put a dry wood blade on this one. So between the two of them, you have both blade styles covered.
So the difference is one's single tooth, one's double tooth.
Yeah, different. I don't know if I call it double tooth, but two types of teeth. This is just a single peg toothing, they call it, where this says rakers and cutting teeth. I mean, I would only use this. I would only use this style on a camping trip, winter camping. I mean, this if you want kind of one to cover all the bases, this is the way to go. If you know for sure you're gonna be dealing with dry wood for winter camping, which is what we have here, then you can use that. But this would not be good using this like on a summer trip if you're cutting, I don't know, pine or something for your campfire. It's not really the best blade. This is a better blade for that. So if you're not sure, go with this one. If you know you're dealing with dry wood in the winter, go with this guy.
Andy, why are you so happy? Why are you singing a happy song?
Well, because happy days are here again, so it just seems to inspire song. And mainly because Mr. Foley held out the promise of a refreshment. A nice cold refreshment. Is it true?
It's true, but we need to point out we don't just drink alcohol. Like, there's a lot of talk of alcohol on these trips. We had big glasses of tea. We had coffee this morning. This is not party central. This is responsible camping with a modicum of alcoholic refreshment after the day's work is done, and we feel satisfied that we've accomplished and filled our spirits with everything that the woodland has to offer. This is not an endorsement for alcohol or alcoholic drinks. This is just as fun if you're a teetotaler or if you're not into alcohol. Just saying. Just to set the record straight.
I'm glad you brought that up, Tim.
No problem.
Now, can we have a beer?
Yes.
Hey, what are we having?
We're having chili. Heavy on the veggies. Because I wouldn't make this in the summer. It's actually a lot of heavy, heavy stuff. But in the winter, if you're hauling it on a sleigh, it doesn't matter if it's a bit heavy. So, yeah, full on veggie chili. Yeah.
Gotten upset, Tim?
This is a veggie hamburger. Saying I didn't know what the temperature is going to be like, so I didn't know about bringing real hamburger. So as an alternative, the veggie hamburger is great. Especially in something like a chili, you can't even tell it tastes like a hamburger. There we go. Oh yeah, that's just got to simmer for about a good hour or so. Rocking and rolling. And stir shot. It's getting there. Needs to cook down a bit more.
Getting there. It's freaking midnight.
Now I'm adding some quinoa. It's a little bit liquidy, which is good. So we'll put in some quinoa. That's some extra protein for us. Great grain, quinoa for camping trips.
Tim, it's 2 in the morning. Are we going to eat or what?
Dude, it's like 5 to 7. Give me a break.
Ooh. Okay, so what's the whole special thing about quinoa? I know about it, but people out there might not.
Well, I mean, I'm no quinoa expert. I just know that it's a grain that has protein in it. I'll normally mix that with rice. Like, I'll make rice and quinoa together at home. It's just a great thing to add. You know, if there's excess liquid, it's like rice. Like, it absorbs the liquid and puffs up. It's great, man. I eat a fair bit of quinoa. You eat quinoa too, right?
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, it's a good grain. Couscous is good too, man. I mean, you did that last night. That's more of like a straight up starch, like rice or something, right? But that's quick and easy and painless as well. That's a really good camp starch as well as couscous. I think it's probably the best. It's quicker than pasta. I mean, pasta's nice too, right? But couscous is quicker than pasta.
Okay, what's going on?
Well, chili is pretty much done, so that's just off to the side there. Let the quinoa kind of fully expand. And then I'm making some garlic bread to go with it. So we've got some garlic butter on the bread. I'm just going to add some cheese and put a lid on it so we can kind of melt the cheese a bit. And then we're good to go. So it's like T-minus 5 minutes, basically.
So we're having this for breakfast, because right now it's 5 in the morning.
No.
All right. How hungry are you, Andy? Middling?
Oh, I'm about in the good zone. That's good.
Okay.
That's great. Thank
Where's
you.
yours there, Kevin? That for you.
Great job, Tim.
Well, thanks, man. You're not just saying that because the camera's rolling, right?
Of course I'm not. Oh, is there a camera rolling? I didn't see that. Mr. Callan with the big shiny light on and...
Oh, look at that.
Here's a piece of garlic bread for you.
Thank you.
Oh.
Piece of garlic bread for you, Mr. Callan. Oh, yes.
Well, we're packing up. It's a good few days in the frozen wilderness. Packing up the pollocks, tents down. We got wood left over, but we stacked it because we might be coming back in a couple of weeks if we have some time. Okay, and it was a really good trip. It's in the Kawartha Highlands. Doesn't matter where you go. I go to a lot of crown land around here too. You just can't basically camp everywhere, anywhere. And I used to say the only negative thing of this trip was it was just too warm. Especially the haul out today going uphill is going to be sweaty. It was good. Good times had by all. Give it a try if you haven't. Whether you're cold tent, whether you're hammock, whether you're hot tent, just get out in the winter and enjoy that season that we have in Canada that a lot of other people don't, because it's awesome.